Welcome back to our Pastures Green. Hope you are well this week. These two, Dan and Dean, certainly are not. Fresh back from Carrow Road and another inept performance from the Baggies. It's got us asking this week, is this fella Ramsey even worse than Ryan Mason? Your views, please, in the comments. Lots of tweets this week that says this. Thank you to the board for your incompetence. You truly need commending on finding a manager even worse than Mason to secure League One status. The Baggies have only spent 2 seasons in their whole history in the third tier of English football. Is that about to become 3? We've got Dan and Dean with us, and based on what they saw at Carrow Road, they've got a lot to get off their chest. We're also talking about why is the midfield looking so leggy and so slow, and just what do we need to do to improve all of this. Dan, where do we start with that performance?
I really don't even know. I'm just lost for words at the minute with how poor we're looking, like all over the park. I mean, yeah, we managed to actually score a goal this week, but again, it's just I think it's just a lack of effort from the whole team. I'm not exactly putting it all down on Ramsey because he's got to pick the team somehow, and everyone was crying out for a bit of youth in the team, which he picked with Bostock and Whitwell. But then it's just look, we can't defend for Toffee, to be honest. And one of the brightest sparks this week has probably been the redemption arc of Charlie Taylor. Again, he looked pretty solid against Norwich, and again, it was unbelievable against Blues. So hopefully that's him sort of making a turnaround now. But going forward, we've just looked clueless, absolutely clueless. Madja, he don't look interested one bit. He don't want to be there. He's miles off it. His first touch is shocking. He's chasing it halfway down the pitch. His whole energy is not there. He looks like he's running with a piano on his back. And for everyone else, I think they're all destined to either get out the club or just recuperate and go for it in League One. Because to be honest, the way we're playing at the minute, I can't see us staying.
Cheers for that, Dan. Thanks so much. Stephen says 7 games, 0 wins, 3 scored, 15 conceded. I wish Ramsey all the best, but he has to go now before he sinks us. We need to get rid and just drive a truck full of money up to Sean Dyche's door with a letter begging him to save us. Otherwise, we are relegated. Do you agree, Dean?
Yeah, it's just getting worse. We had a couple of false dawns celebrating draws against Stoke and Birmingham as though we were league champions, and now all of a sudden it's back to square one again. And it comes out with ridiculous after the game statements like we achieved our objectives. Surely the objective is winning the FA Cup game. You know, it's just mind-boggling.
This from Stephen. He says, Michael O'Neill at Blackburn now has as many points and goals in 50 minutes of football as Ramsey now has in 6 games, which is, incredible, Dan, isn't it?
That's just blew my mind, to be honest. Well, as you said, to start the show, could he be worse than Mason? And yeah, he really is. I didn't want him in the first place. I got hammered for it. And again, he's proved my point that it was a massive mistake bringing him in. I mean, when he didn't he have the best defensive record in the MLS? I mean, it's nothing to go on, is it really, the MLS? And for him to try and bring them sort of tactics over here, it's not working. The bloke is way out of his depth. And I mean, it might be too late to sack him off now and bring someone else in because we just look silly. But we're looking silly anyway, so we might as well just do it. But I just don't know where we go from here. Do we roll the dice and bring in Sean Dyche? Hopefully not, because again, he's another one of them dinosaur managers. We like to collect these fossils, we do, and we've had enough of them. But then we've gone for youngsters with Mason and Eric Ramsey, and look where that's got us. Well, I really don't know what we do at this stage.
Let's try and bring Aaron in, shall we? He's hanging around somewhere. Here he is. Aaron, can you hear us?
I can, thank you.
Brill. One for you, fella, please. Aidan says, utter effing disgrace. Completely gave up for that third goal again. Mowat walking around in midfield. Absolutely despise that man. Ramsey can F off too. Very, very positive. I mean, that third Norwich goal, I mean, the assist that Slimani, I think, gives. I mean, he's bobbling it around as if he's got all the time in the world. I've never seen such tragic defending. What's going on?
Well, it's the same old story, isn't it, really? I think we've seen that a numerous amount of times this season, and I think it's not really getting any better. Whatever the coaching them isn't clearly working because, it's just been the same old story. We're conceding the same old silly goals, especially ones like that where it's bobbling around in the box and we're giving players ample time to steady themselves and get a shot off. It's just disgraceful, really, honestly.
Is this football worse than Ryan Mason,
Aaron? Results-wise, absolutely. And I think probably to watch as well, it's just an eyesore. I think at least with Mason, we were easily comfortable in games. Sometimes we just couldn't get the last bit going. Really, obviously I'm not a Mason fan by any means, and I wouldn't take him back. But maybe we should have just stuck with him if this is what we were going to get in replacement.
Yeah, I mean, Dean. I mean, that Blackburn going to get Michael O'Neill, and even Oxford getting Matt Bloomfield, and people that know the league or know English football. I mean, do we need to look at the recruitment team here and actually stop putting the blame at Ramsey's door and say what the hell's gone on upstairs, including Shilin Patel here?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Andrew Nestor's gone, so that's one. Ian Pearce, he's got a hell of a lot to answer for as well. But yeah, it's just rotten to the core at the moment. And Ramsey, I'd be tempted to just get rid and either get an experienced heading or just give it Moyson for the rest of the season. But we can't keep waiting. I'm not sure where the next win's going to come from, and we might be sat here again next week thinking, well, there's another defeat. Now do we press the button?
Yeah.
I can't see it turning round. I really can't, and fear the worst.
I mean, would we take a tonking to Coventry, Dan, if it meant we got rid of him? I mean, we're talking like a 5-0 or even more.
Well, we had that tonking against Norwich at home, and that was one of our biggest home defeats for years. I don't think many fans could go through that again. I mean, but if it does see the end of Ramsey, but then you don't really want to sit here as an Albion fan and go, oh yeah, I'd happily take a loss just to get rid of him, because that's not the fan way. You always want your team to win, regardless of if it gets rid of the manager or not. But you never want your team to lose.
Yeah. Was there any positives from the game, Aaron? I mean, we've got one here that says, I mean, the young pawn Will looked a lot stronger than I thought he would be. I think he could really improve at this level with a run of games. Is that the one positive coming out of the game?
Well, I mean, we scored. That's another positive. So there's that, which is it's a revelation at this stage. I mean, we haven't seen a goal for ages now. So I think it was something to look. It could have been. It was a weird point in the game where you thought, okay, well, maybe after to get against the run of play, but we've got a goal. We got a way back in the game, and it's just the same old story again. We just concede stupid goals, and then once the second goal's gone in, a third and a fourth are likely to follow. Obviously, a fourth didn't have come this time, but it was bad enough. I think it's just really bad at the moment, and something needs to change. Absolutely.
Okay. All three of you are sacking Ramsey then, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's go. He's way out of his depth.
Okay. Shilin Patel, please. We've asked you this 2 weeks ago, and then you managed to get a draw. Draws aren't good enough. We're heading down. Please sack the guy. Get experienced coaching, and we'll all be fine. It's clear the players Dean aren't playing for him already, isn't it as well?
They seem to be at Birmingham to a certain extent against Stoke, and then obviously we put a makeshift team in against Norwich on Saturday, and I feel a bit sorry for the kids. He did play a couple of kids in midfield, but they're playing in the B team really, so it's a bit unfair on them. So I don't know. I don't know whether the players have down tools or they're just not very good.
Let us know your thoughts as you always do. Thanks for all your comments on last week's one as well. We do read every single one of them. Massively appreciate it. We're up to P this week in our A to Z. That's coming in this couple of minutes. Who's the best player that's ever played for the Baggies with the surname P? Let us know. I forgot to apologise last week, Dino, because I think I said 2 weeks ago that boing boing refers to you going up and down the league, and I was hammered in the comments and correctly that it refers to Preston's plastic pitch.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
right. What is right then, Dean?
It was a Europop song one summer. Some bunch of Albion fans had been Spain or Ibiza or somewhere, and there was a song called Poing Poing, beginning with P. And next game, start of the season, they just started jumping up and down singing it, and that's where it started from, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I always thought it was because when the Albion first started, it was a load of workers from the spring place in West Brom, the spring pressing place or something, and I thought it was that.
Oh, okay, well, there we go. I read that it was on Preston's plastic pitch that you sung this song for the first time because the ball was bouncing so high, so they sang Poing Poing, and then, yeah. So apologies, there you go. It's just said, don't run a podcast if you don't know where Boing Boing comes from. There you go. I've been educated. Thanks thanks for that. Read Dean's book as well. It's the whole history of Baggies. I've got it next to my bedside table. I haven't finished it yet. It should do. Missed the chapter on Boing Boing. Right then, we're talking about playoffs. This week, Aaron, the AFL have been meeting to discuss whether or not 8th place should get playoffs in the future. Your view on that?
Absolutely not. I mean, could you imagine 8th place in the Championship playing Man City or Arsenal? You know, that caliber of team every single week. They get absolutely destroyed. There's a massive jump. You know, I think especially in recent years, I think the teams that have gone up last year have done them quite well. Sunderland, to name one, for example. But I think like someone who finished that low down in the Championship would absolutely have no chance. It would be worse than Derby's record by a mile.
Okay. It's a better chance of you getting out of the division, though, isn't it, Dan? If 8th is there, that would suit the Baggies, wouldn't it?
I mean, if we actually finished 8th, I'd be like, yeah, let's go for it. But no. I don't know how they'd work it, to be honest, because the playoffs at the minute works perfect, but to add more teams into it, it's woke nonsense. Get rid.
Okay. Do you know you could care less about who gets promoted this season? But I'm going to ask you anyway. Who deserves to go up in your view?
Middlesbrough are probably the best side we've seen. And that's a very low bar, to be honest. We haven't seen many good teams this season.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not bothered. Couldn't care less who goes up, to be honest. I guess as long as we stay up.
Yeah. Okay. The other part of it was we were talking about penalties, Aaron, this week. Now, we've touched on this before. The best penalty taker for West Brom was, in your view?
It was Ricky Lambert, I said.
Yeah. Okay. And the best goalkeeper, Dan, to save the penalty?
Oh, Ben Foster.
Yeah.
And Dean, can you remember the most pressurised penalty ever for West Brom?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Igor Ballis.
Igor.
Yeah.
Last minute at Bradford City, effectively pick the Wolves and get promoted.
Yeah, brilliant. Let us know your penalty memories as well. That brings us on to P then this week. Who's got a good one here? There should be a few, shouldn't there?
Matthias Pereira.
Yeah.
He was head and shoulders above everyone in that squad. His link-up play with Dean Garner as well was just phenomenal. Little Brazilian bloke, but then he went off to Saudi Arabia, and then I think he's back in Brazil now. What I'd give to bring that bloke back.
Do you know anything?
Kevin Phillips deserves a shout, I think. Leading scorer when we scored over 100 goals to win the championship. And there's an all-time Albion legend named Jesse Pennington as well, way before my time. But begins with P.
Okay.
And penalties, sorry, talking about penalties, got to give a mention to Tony Bomber Brown as well. He scored 51 penalties for the Albion.
Okay. Brilliant. Anything else? Are we happy to put Pereira in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Brilliant. Right. Now, next week, they do need your help. Has there ever been a player with the surname beginning with Q that's been good enough to get into the Baggies A to Z? They need your help. Let us know in the comments as they hit the first very difficult letter in this trawl. Plus, we'll be looking back, of course, at the game against Coventry this weekend as well. Join us for that, and thank you again for all your love and your comments on here. I'm confident, fellas, that Baggies have stayed up, and I only say that because I talked to all the other 23 teams, and there's at least another 5 teams that are saying how god awful they are, and that they are heading down. Pompey in particular this week as well. So, as bad as you might be, there's also some other stinkers out there. So, can you be the best worst team?
Hopefully.
Is that the time Pompey who beat us 3-0 a couple of
Yes,
weeks?
that's right.
Yeah. If they're bad, how bad are we?
Right. Catch you then the other side of it. Thanks for your good humour. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 7 days' time. All the best.